Greeting cards don't have to be complicated to be stunning. Come and watch as I show you how to make my simply stunning Every Blessing Christmas card. My Every Blessing Christmas card didn't start off so simple. It went through many renditions as I tried different techniques until I came up with a card that is simple yet truly stunning. So let's get started. I have here some Island Indigo cardstock and I'm going to stamp right on it. And so instead of having it bouncing like that, let's just go ahead and lay it nice and flat. And I'm going to start with embossing. So before I do any embossing, I want to run my embossing buddy over it. And this is so that the embossing powder will stick to the wet ink and not the oil in my fingerprints. So I have here my Versamark stamp pad. This stays wet for a nice long time. And I have here the verse from Luke 2:11 included in the Every Blessing stamp set. So let's come up here and stamp. Oh, fantastic. Now the Versamark, it's a watermark, so it's light. Can you see it? Yep, you can see it. And so now what I want to do next is my star. Okay, so I want my star further away because it's going to take up my whole card. And so we're going to ink just the star. Again with a Versamark because I'm going to be doing both of them in white emboss powder. So let's get it inked up. That is looking really good. So I come down here and then step up because I know I want it a distance away, but not up into my words. And that worked really well for me. So let's press well. Okay, oh, isn't that looking nice already? You can envision it, can't you? So I have here my white emboss powder, and I love this part. Sprinkle it on and then watch it stick. You might not know this, but this is why I'm a stamper. All right, tap that off. Oh, looking so good. See how well the embossing buddy did? We don't have, it would have been, without it, we probably would have had a lot of powder stuck in between those letters. And oh boy, trying to get that off with a little paintbrush is a pain. So use your embossing buddy. So now I have my heat tool and we're going to melt that powder. And so the heat tool has two settings, one for drying, the second for melting. So we're going to hold this on here and watch it turn from powdery to shiny. Welcome to StampingSmiles.com. I'm Shelley Godby, the owner and CEO of Stamping Smiles, and for 14 years I've been teaching others how to create their own hand-stamped smiles. Oh, look at that. You just can't ever get tired of embossing and watching it happen. It's just like magic, isn't it? All right. So I'm going to finish this and I'm going to come back and show you the next step. For the next step, I'm going to stamp the shepherd and the sheep down in the right-hand corner with the Night and Navy Classic Stampin' Pad ink. And I did, and it looked quite nice. And then I wondered, boy, would it look remarkably better if I could get that even deeper by stamping it repeatedly. In order to stamp it repeatedly, well, in the same place every time, I thought I'd try my new MISTI stamping tool. So I'm going to quickly show you how this works. And so I put my cardstock in here. And I'm going to go ahead and use the magnets. Magnets did not come with it. They had to be purchased separately. And then let's take this off of here because this is going to be my mount. Place my stamp where I want it. Let's get the magnet closer. Okay, so that's where I'd like it to. Actually, I want a little bit of underneath. I don't want it right down to the bottom. And so then we close this, press, and then we open it. All right, and so now I'll go ahead. Can you see this? Let's get that up there. All right, and now I'm going to ink this up and just not hit that. I did clean the stamp. I cleaned it with my Stampin' Mist and on my Stampin' Scrub. So let's go ahead and ink this up, avoiding the star. Now I did make a mistake because I pressed really hard and caught an edge. So let's just press everywhere because I thought, ooh, okay. So see, it went where we left it, and that's not bad. I got a better image than that stamping with my with the clear mount block, just stamping it, but then see, it's right where we left it, so we can do this again and press and get that repeated. All right. Now, to get it as deep as I was thinking, it took quite a few of these inkings, and I don't want to make you sit through that, so I'm going to set this aside, and I have it done. Actually, I timed it. It took me over 6 minutes to do enough inkings to get it as deep as I wanted. So, and I'll show you, we'll do a comparison at the end, this with the MISTI, and see that is nice and deep because I did do it so many times. So we'll compare the two and see if you think it's worth the extra time and the cost of the tool. Okay, so now that we have this, isn't this pretty though? We're not done. This technique came from an idea that I shared on the Stamping Playground. This wasn't it, but it was starting with colored cardstock, because I was doing all kinds of sponging. I was sponging like a mad woman, and I was using both colors. And I thought, what would it be like if I just started with the Island Indigo? So that's what we're going to do. Now I'm just going to start filling in. And I wanted this really deep up here, so you just keep adding more and more and more. All right. And then I also knew down here, I wanted to get this deep too. All right. So I take our stamping sponges and cut them into quarters, so I have something to hang on to. Never want a sponge with that flat edge. You get a line, so I'm not recommending that. And so let's get this nice and deep, and let's come around. And what I want is, because I did want some of the Island Indigo to come through. All right, and the star is shining down on them. So let's get around and start getting a little lighter handed. There we go. And we can even just kind of leave that like that. Look how easy that was to do. Isn't that just beautiful? So, I told you, simple and stunning. Okay, as I'm looking, this could come down because I'm wanting it to come right on those two. There we go. We've got that line coming down. So let me show you the comparison of it stamped repeatedly and then just stamped once. Here's my Every Blessing card with a shepherd and sheep stamped repeatedly. Let's compare it to stamped just once. Either way, this simple card is just stunning. My Christmas card shows you that not every project has to be complicated to be simply stunning. Just like membership sites don't have to be complicated either. That's why the Stamping Playground is on Facebook. You're already there. Just think, exclusive video tutorials by me, fun activities to encourage you to create, and a warm, wonderful group of playground friends are waiting for you. And all without needing to remember another login and password. Run, hop, or skip on over to learn more about getting on the Stamping Playground. Just go to www.stampingplayground.com. We'd love to have you there. I'm Shelley Godby, teaching you how to create hand-stamped smiles. Thanks for watching.